Welcome. I'm sorry for starting late. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So sorry for starting late. Um, it's been a very beautiful day. Very, very beautiful day. I will not want to keep you for long, so we'll go straight to what we have today. Now, really, there are few things that actually do the job. Very few things that do the job in our lives. Very, very few. But the problem with us is that we don't really, take time to find out what things do the job and what things, we should eliminate. In my own personal life, I've found out quite a lot of things that are not worth it. Lots and lots of things that are not worth it. So I take my attention and focus on the very few things that are worth it. And that's some of those are some of the few things I will actually recommend for you this evening. So we're working on 5 daily actions that will totally change your destiny. I mean destiny. I'm not saying change your life. That will totally change your destiny in just 12 months. You're going to find out that everything about you will change just very few months, 12 months, everything change. Now, the first thing I'm going to recommend to you, even before I recommend that, let me talk about the issue of destiny. You see, a lot of people think that destiny is so carved in stone. When you were born, you were told, or rather, it was written what you are going to do. Maybe you must be a doctor, or you must be a lawyer, or you must marry from, a particular tribe, and all those kinds of things. Now, it's very important that you know from a very existential perspective. I'm not even talking about philosophical or any other perspective, existential perspective, it will be very foolhardy on the part of God to actually just, say, oh, this is you, this is what you must be. If you are not this, you're miserable, and all those. The truth is that when God, you know, allow us allows us to come into earth, there's a very important, you know, we say um denominator that is there. That denominator is freedom. And that freedom imposes very serious responsibility on us. That freedom to choose who we want to be, what we want to be, how we want to be, they impose very serious obligation on us. And when you take it from a philosophical perspective, you are going to find out that if we are not able to make choices, if we're not able to make choices, then you know there would be need for imputing sin on us. Almost a lot of religions have hell fire, they have heaven where you go to, and all those kinds of things. It would be irrational to have a hellfire, to have hell, to have all those kinds of things if freedom is not a possibility, if freedom is not something you can exercise. So when it comes to destiny, yes, whatever will be, or you've been determined to, live a particular kind of life, and that is not true. In fact, in research, you're going to find out that one thing will happen to 10 different individuals, and their reactions to the same thing will determine their destiny. I see a lot of people who had physical challenge and disability, and they just throw in the towel and feel that, oh, there's nothing they can do. If God allowed it this way, it's the will of God just throwing the towel. But you see, a lot of the things I achieve on earth, I owe them to my physical challenge. In school, you know, being a very good student and the best student was a function of the fact that I'm physically challenged because my focus is a little stronger than the focus of those who are not physically challenged. Because at a particular time, as somebody who is full in your body, who do not have any challenge, you are most likely you are most likely, as someone who doesn't, yes, that's true, who doesn't have any challenge, you are most likely going to be distracted. Unlike myself, distraction is more difficult because I don't have the distraction input as much as you have. So because of that, trying to invert disability, the negative part, inverting it, I can now see the positive part. So I could read longer hours. In fact, as an undergraduate, I can't remember reading anything less than 18 hours out of 24 hours. Why? Because I can run around, I can, do the things others do. And because of that, it was easier for me to concentrate. And because of that, I got better result than most people in my academies. Yeah. Not because I'm intelligent. Yeah. If people, if a lot of my friends read as much as I did, they would have got better result than myself because I believe they are more likely going to be, their retention will be higher than mine. So destiny is a function of your decision. That is why, decision, destiny, and all those they seem to come from the same root word. So your destiny is a function of your decision. Okay, your decisions, make your destiny possible. Yeah. So, Jacob, welcome. So if you're here, please, just if you're here on the comment box, please just write your name or just you know just greet and say where you are tuning in from. And please do remember to share with your friends so that they can join and be part of the program. I'm not going to stay long, but within the time I'm here, I want to give you some nuggets that will totally change your life. You see, a lot of people want something that is very, 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 esoteric. Life is so simple. The only thing is that life is not easy. So, you know, most of the principles, you know, that changed my life personally, they are very simple, very, very simple. Because you see, life is simple, but people complexify it. People want something so difficult so that it can be algebraic, it can be mathematical, it can be, like physics and all those. That's not how life is. In fact, Albert Einstein says that if you cannot teach it to an 8-year-old, sorry, 6-year-old, that you don't really know it. So that is why most times I wanted to simplify it in such a way that if you really want to, you can. If you really want to, you can. So you're welcome, Tony, joining from Port Harcourt, River State. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the things that are 5 daily things that you would do that would totally change your life. Number one is something you don't like hearing. Something you don't like hearing. Yeah. Number one is read daily. Read, you know, read daily. I want you, wherever you are listening to this, just Google how many pages does Warren Buffett read every day. Just Google that. And if you are listening, please, you could Google that and please write it on the, copy it and write on the, chat box. How many pages does Warren Buffett read daily? How many pages? So somebody help me do that. I don't want to say it so that it's not like my own. Yeah, Jacob, thank you. So how many pages does Warren Buffett read daily? Write it for me try to find it and write it. Okay. Yes, Yusuf, Lowell, thank you. Jacob Gadiga, James Eze, you are welcome. Yeah, James from thank you very much, my brother. So now, how many books does um yeah, watching from Abuja, thank you, Jacob. How many books does Warren Buffett read daily? You are going to find out that Warren Buffett reads an average of 500 pages daily. Just check it out yourself and then write it out for me, please. Now, the point I wanted to make with that is that if you want to be a great person, you have to read daily. And you always be here. There are three ways you can be successful. There are three ways you can be successful. You can be wealthy. You can, have a beautiful life. So number one is to marry a rich person. So marry husband or marry wife that is rich. I don't like that idea 100% because I don't want to marry my life partner because of riches. So, but of course, it's very important if you can, please do. So one way to get rich, marry somebody that is rich. The second way to get rich is through your connection. That is the people you know and the people who know you. Now, these two, marry somebody who is rich or, you know, try to use your connection. These two, they seem to me to be outside of me. I don't really like things that are outside of me. I don't really like things that are what they are, things that I'm going to depend on that are just outside of me. I can't control it. I can't even do anything. It's just outside of me. I am just like sold to the thing. I am a slave to that thing. I don't usually like it. So naturally, I want something that I say I can do it this way and do it this way and do it this way. Things I can algorithmize, and then I'm able to actually get my result when I want it, how I want it, where I want it, and with whom I want it. So that leads us to the third one. The third way to be wealthy or successful, I've talked about marry rich person. I've talked about the people you know or the people who know you. That's what we call connection in our clan. The third way is through what you know. What you know, your knowledge. I mean, active knowledge. What you know and what you can actually deploy as value. These are ways you can be rich. But one seems to be inside of you and within your capacity. Two seem to be outside. Yeah, thank you very much, my brother Jacob. Jacob said 500 pages that is what Warren Buffett read every day. I gave that assignment earlier. I think nobody did it. Um, only my brother Jacob did. So 500 pages is what um, Warren Buffett reads every day. And Warren Buffett is about 90 something years right now. So read every day if you want to be great. To read something, read across genre, read poem, read novel, read business, read economics, read behavioral psychology, read behavioral economics, read, yes. Thank you, Kefas, joining from Abuja. Thank you very much. Read and read and read and read. Don't say you cannot read. You can use Scribboard and read. You can read on Facebook. You can read on like you can listen. Yeah, you can listen through with quite a lot of audio books. You can use a lot of apps. To read. You can to read your ebook. Now, if you don't know where to download ebooks, let me write it down here. If you don't know where to download ebooks, go to pdfdrive.net. I always try to tell my friends about this. pdfdrive.net. Yes, you go there and then you are able to actually see, quite a lot of books. If you go there, you just write negotiation. You write something like behavioral economics. You write neuroscience. You write magic. You write how not to be sick, or how you write public speaking. You write whatever it is you write, and it's going to give you quite a lot of books that are into that, and then you are able to download them. You can read them as PDF. PDF has a reader, or on PDF itself. You just click on audio and it reads for you. You can use some audio readers that you download from Play Store or all those. You can, quite a lot of them. So you can always walk around it. So reading makes a man, reading makes a woman. Reading helps you to become a great person. Yeah, I can't just continue to tell you what reading has done for me. Reading took me from the backyard of life to the front yard of life, to the frontage of life. Reading took me from, I'm not talking about going to school. I'm not, just not what I'm talking about. Every week, every month, you decide what you are reading that month. This month, I am reading on health. I am reading on health, specifically on insulin resistance. I'm reading on health, specifically on insulin resistance, on diabetes, on food as medicine. That's what I'm reading this month. Yeah. So because immediately you cross 40, you have to start becoming very serious so that you can live up to 110 years in good health. It's something you're going to be deliberate. Remember, last week we talked about the two major things, the two major skills that will help you to be a great person in the 21st century and beyond. That is what number one is what we call deliberateness, and number two is what we call algorithms. So the first action you take every day, 5 day action that will totally change your destiny in 1 year. The first one is what we call read daily. And I've shown you how to read, how to organize yourself about reading and all those. Reading most time is not always beautiful because people want to watch television. People love entertainment. In fact, it is said never argue with somebody whose television is bigger than his library. That is a waste of time. Yeah, every great man has a big library because whatever you put inside of yourself, like be able to understand that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Um, you should be able to understand. So the next thing we need to you need to do every day, exercise daily. Exercise daily. Exercise daily. Exercise daily. A lot of people don't exercise because they are looking for something sophisticated. They're looking for when the exercise will be on a 1 million naira, 20 million naira, equipment. No, guys, don't do that to yourself. Exercise shouldn't be complex. Lifting up your hands. In fact, one of the things you should know is that after every 100 seconds, you should do what? You should, move around, even if you just, pump yourself up, do like this, whatever it is you can do, make sure you do. Now, you may not know the relationship between your exercise and your brain. You may not know the relationship between your exercise and your heart. You may not know the relationship between your exercise and your mood. Now, it's very important to note that you are, what do you call it? That sitting is the new cigarette. Sitting is the new cigarette. Sitting down is a new cigarette. What that means is that now sitting down is a killer. It kills a lot of people at the moment. Why? Because really, when you sit down, you see a lot of things are not working well in you. And because we are in this modern era, your car is air conditioned, your house is air conditioned, you have a driver or you drive yourself, and then you just stop in the front of your this thing, you take a lift up, you go into your office, you sit down, you have workers and all this kind of thing. Before you know it, a lot of a lot of things are not more working in your body. So if you want to be a great person, you must be deliberate about your exercise regimen. Now, it doesn't have to be complex. raising your hands up 10 times, 20 times. I was in class today with executives. I asked them a question and they said, wow, praise, welcome. I asked them a question. The question I asked them was, when was the last time you lift your hands above your head? When was the last time you lifted your hands above your head? And they told me it's only when they want to take their bath and just like this and maybe just like this and others. So it doesn't, that they don't deliberately do that. I tell them that is why you must understand that exercising must be deliberate. It shouldn't be something that you don't do deliberately. Okay, so understanding that is very important. Exercising daily. I'm talking about 5 daily actions that will totally change your life in 1 year. When we say daily, we mean you are going to be doing it. Mama, welcome. You are going to be doing it every day. Not when you do it today, you don't do it tomorrow. You're going to do it every day. So that's that. So number 3, because today on the tired side, because I've been talking, I have programs that ended today. So I've been talking for from 9 o'clock to about 5 daily for the past 4 days. So now the 4th thing that you must do daily help you, become that will change your destiny. The 4th thing is pray daily, pray every time. Now you may ask me, what does prayer got to do this? Now, prayer is not an event. Even the scriptures, Paul said, the scripture says, so I don't misquote, the scripture says, pray in season and out of season, and pray without season. People don't understand what this is. In fact, one of the guys here today, Kepas, I was going through his status of Facebook, rather, WhatsApp status, and I saw where he was saying something. He said something like that if you want to be great, you need to understand how not to just pray. That when you pray, you must say, because your saying will cancel out your prayers. Because what you say will go to your subconscious and then counteract your prayer. In fact, if you look at the book of Jeremiah 29, verse 11, it says, it's thought for you, thought of good, blah, 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 to give you an expected end. Now, it's not the expected end. You can read that place again. It didn't say, I will give you the expected end. It said, I'll give you an expected end. Now, what that means is that he's going to give you what you're expecting. In fact, this particular thing I'm saying held me down for many, many years. I am going for a contract and then I'm expecting they will say no, but I've prayed that the contract will succeed. But I'm expecting they will say no. Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm just like, oh, if they say no, or what if they say no, or what if they say no, or what? That's what I will be saying in my heart. And then somehow they agree, and then I go home and still doubting, what did they say no? What did they say no? And then before you know, they call me, oh, the PAMSEC or the minister or the commissioner or the governor said there's no money up. I say, yes, I said it. They will say no. All this spirit of limitation, all this, you blend on something until one day God opened my eyes that what he gives me, 29 verse 11 of Jeremiah, he said, I will give you an expected end. The expected end is what I am expecting, not what God is expecting. If I'm expecting that the contract will go wrong, wrong it will go. If I'm expecting that the marriage will go wrong, wrong it will go. If I'm expecting that the relationship will go wrong, wrong it will go. If I'm expecting that my child will turn out wrong, wrong the child will turn out. So I started to understand what it means to actually focus on just what I want and then decidedly decide not to shift left or right regarding that. So pray every time and pray every day by actually having the prayer mantra in your heart, meaning, yeah, you know that there are things you should decidedly decide. In fact, let me show you. Proverbs 4:18 says, the path of the righteous is like the shining light that shines bright and bright unto the perfect day. Now, our righteousness is from Christ, and you get that because even him Christ was called a good man. He said, no man is good. So having said all that, I understand very, very well that I cannot have a better yesterday. So every day I wake up, I know that that day will be better than yesterday. My greatest prayer is that, thank you, Maureen, that have a positive attitude. My greatest prayer is, this is the day the Lord has made. I must rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day the Lord has made. I must rejoice and be glad in it. That's my greatest prayer. So I encourage you to also pray that. And prayer is not an event. Prayer is something you repeat every second. So anytime you are not, your mind is not occupied, make sure you are praying. And it's very simple. This is the day the Lord has made. I must rejoice and be glad in it. Or whatever you want to say, you keep saying it and keep saying it, and you're going to be so surprised what happened. Yeah. So number 4, sell daily. Sell daily. Sell something. Yeah. The only department that brings money into the organization is the sales marketing department. So if you don't sell, yes, you cannot earn. So you have to be able to sell. A lot of people take a lot of time to work on a particular product, a particular whatever. But when it is time for them to, sell, they are tired, they are afraid, they are fearful, they feel, oh, I don't want them to insult me. And what have you been doing with all the respect you've got before? Yes, you must increase your insult tolerance level. You must be shameless about what you do as far as it's right. Yes, of course. In what I do, I'm not very interested in the razzmatazz of what other people do. Mine is, what am I called to do? What am I doing? And I do it as simply as I can. I do it effortlessly, and then I go home. What I sell it. Yeah, what I sell, my buyers are mainly ministries, department, agencies, and governments, and multinational corporations, international companies, and all those. So generally, I just make sure I am in their presence, I'm in their front. That's why you don't always see me on social media, because I know where my customers are, I know how to reach them, and then yeah. Um, when you start understanding you should sell every day, you will start having the capacity to make daily income. You have the capacity to make daily income. You have the capacity to make bigger income. Get it into your head. There is no business inside your company. Whatever company it is, no business is inside it. Sean Cousins Business School, Sean Cousins Consulting Solutions Limited, Dexter Rosie Agri-Tech, Bivalue Digital Marketing. No business inside these companies of mine. Yeah. What you need to do, every business must come from outside. You need to go out there and look for them. Now, when we say go out there and look for them, we are not saying only physical going out. Yeah, you have to go out there by being able to actually go out and check on those people who need your wares, who can buy your stuff, who buys your stuff, who can use your stuff, who can, who are at the present buying and who can buy in the future. So you're going to check, can governments buy? So you check them and say, okay, a federal government, state government, local government, can arms of government buy? Legislature, executive, judiciary? You are going to ask the question, can schools buy? A crèche, nursery, primary, secondary, university, polytechnic, colleges of education. So you grade them. Can they buy your stuff? Can associations buy? NLC, NMA, ICANN, can they buy your stuff? Can multinational corporations buy? Can international companies buy? Can international NGOs buy? Can local NGOs buy your stuff? You're going to categorize all of those and be able to take that stuff to them. How do you take it to them? You must understand lead generation. You must understand lead conversion. You must understand lead satisfaction. Yeah, lead generation is marketing, lead conversion is sales, and lead satisfaction is customer relationship and customer fulfillment. You must understand all those, understand optimization, understand synergy, understand partnerships, understand quite a lot of things, but they're not within my radar this evening. So ability to sell every day, daily, will change your destiny. So remember, I said 5 daily actions that will totally change your destiny in 1 year. Number one, we said read daily. Number two, exercise daily. Number three, pray daily. And every time too. And number four, sell daily. Then number five, the last before we just round up, is relax and refill daily. A lot of people take out all the time to actually pursue things and pursue, and they don't take time to actually refill. They don't take time to sleep. They don't take time to actually relax. They don't take time to rebuild, yeah, what they lost. Yeah, you gotta be very deliberate and intentional about that. And you're gonna algorithmize the kind of things that help you relax and refill daily. If you're gonna do these five things every day, you're going to find out that your destiny will change for the better. You are going to find out that you will be able to have the kind of life you want. And remember, I've always said there are five, there are five, spectrums of wealth. If you are not prospering in them, you are not actually helping yourself. Number one, you must prosper, you must be rich, you must be wealthy in your um, you know, yeah, thank you very much, self-care. Um, Mindfulness exercise helps. Thank you. Okay, so you must be very, very successful in your health and wellness. So don't spend all your energy, all your time, all everything, and then you destroy your health, and then you make money, and now the money that you made cannot even rescue your health, because when you caught when you caught what do we call it? You caught a rope and start tying it together, it can be the same again. So you must understand what it means to have your health and wellness. Number two thing you must understand when it comes to areas you're going to be wealthy, we're going to still treat it one of the day, is you must understand that you're going to be wealthy in your love and relationships. You're going to be wealthy in your love and relationship. Don't neglect your love and relationship. Yeah, don't neglect your love life. Don't neglect your relationships. It's very important that you're wealthy there. Don't allow business and all those to just destroy your love and relationship. Number three, you must be wealthy in your spirituality. Oh, very long talk, but just take it. You must be wealthy in your spirituality. And one of the things I just recommend on the first value is, if your Christianity right sorry if your religion right spirituality means you're going to you are reading the Bible, or that you are reading your Quran, make sure you finish it at least twice every year. Finish the whole of the Bible twice every year. Finish the whole of the Quran and hadith twice every year. Finish whatever book it is that your religion demands. Finish it so that you can understand what that religion says in and out, and you are able to start building on that and developing yourself. The fourth thing when it comes to the spectrums of wealth is your passion and vocation. But because of our time, the fifth thing is your time and money freedom. Your ability to understand all this, yeah, helps a lot. I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, share this with your friends. Let them be able to listen and help themselves. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because in our climb, not just in our climb, everywhere in the world, see people committing suicide. You see people just meaning is going out of life. You see killings in Ukraine. You see recessions everywhere. You see unemployment. You look at UK, look at quite a lot of countries and all this. So generally, I do this whenever I see anybody I talk with, and I see a lot of despondence in the world. I try to have a program that I can use to help as many that cross my path to be able to understand that all hope is not lost. Life is beautiful. Life is so good. It's just what you do and what you make out of it. I want to appreciate you for listening, and please, I want to see your comments. What have you learned today? Write it on the comment box there, and then share with your friends. Take 1 minute and share this video with your friend wherever you are watching, Facebook or YouTube. If you have not subscribed on Facebook, sorry, on YouTube, please subscribe, and then put on the notification button so that you are able to get it whenever and all the time we are streaming live here, okay, so that you're able to get it. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate you for listening in. Remember, blessed and stay celebrated always. Remember, Tuesday and or Thursday and or Tuesday every week, as I have the strength, I will always appear here to have some beautiful time with you. You can always reach out to me through inbox or through my WhatsApp. So if you have anything you feel you want us to discuss, I will be able to have the time to do that with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you.